What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king. Welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Platinum. In the last episode, we got our very first gym badge from Rourke of the Oreburgh City Gym, netting us the Cull badge. If I can actually show that. There we go. Finally got it to work. And we also made it back here to Jubilife City. We're going to be heading north towards Route 204 here in a second. But first things first, there's a couple things that I want to do. First thing, I want to head on over to the Poketch Company because every single time you get an odd number badge, so the first badge, the third badge, the fifth badge, or the seventh badge, a new app is going to be developed for your Poketch. So come up here, talk to the president of the company, and he is going to add us another one to our Poketch. This one is the memo pad. Very, very simple. I'll actually demonstrate it here really quickly. So the memo pad is basically just you can draw things. So I can just put like hi here if I want to. You can write down other notes and you're like, oh, don't forget to do this thing. You can draw diagrams if you want, all those sorts of things. The only thing I don't like about the memo pad and the reason I never use it is because it only has an erase button, not a clear button, which I think would be it'd make a lot more sense personally. But there are going to be other apps that you're going to be able to get. And this is not the only way to get new apps for your Poketch. You'll get more throughout the game from other various sources as well. But it is something worth mentioning at the very least. Okay, that's the only thing I want to do first. We're going to do more here in a second. Right now, we need to head north and see what's going on here. Now, Professor Rowan, you must comply. Hand over all your research findings for free, naturally. Failure to comply will result in a painful time for your assistant. Ah, Don. Well, how is the Pokedex progressing? That's Oreburgh's gym badge, I see. But hadn't I given you your first Pokemon only recently? Perhaps being a trainer is like second nature to you. Oh, Professor of Pokemon, must you be so difficult? We are speaking to you on business because this is work for us. What we're saying is, well, we demand you comply with our demands. Quiet, you lot. Why must you be such a nuisance? Let me list some lessons you still need to learn. 1, don't loiter about for no good reason. 2, don't interrupt others while they're attempting to converse. 3, if you don't get your way, don't raise your voice to be intimidating like I am right now. And 4, don't think you've grown strong just because you're in a group. 5, what is with those outlandish outfits you have on? My goodness, you call yourselves adults? You kids, don't grow up to be like these sorry specimens. Yeah, you had to make this personal. You have forced our hand into making a show of force. We will make you regret insulting Team Galactic. You kids, give these thugs a lesson in civility, please. Don, join me and battle these guys. All right, here we go. We're getting our first taste at a double battle, actually. And we all know that Barry picked Piplup because we picked Chimchar. Well, Lucas is going to have the odd one out, which is, of course, Turtwig. So let's do this thing. Now, Stunky and Glameow are good examples of what you're going to be dealing with for the most part when you fight Team Galactic throughout this game. Lots of Glameow, lots of Stunky. They have a couple of other things as well, but these are the two of the most common. Normal, Poison, Dark. It's a very Team Rocket-esque situation here where you're going to be seeing similar types. Now, Stunky is Poison and Dark, so a Mach Punch is still going to be pretty good to use on it. So I will just go ahead and do that after you throw out your little tackle here, especially because I get the stab damage on this, so it's still our strongest move, especially with that beefed up attack stat over our special attack stat. So there we go. Another tackle, is that going to be enough? Of course it's not. Well, our priority Mach Punch should knock this thing out. No problem. And I think that is going to push us into level 16. We were already riding the line. Yep, there it is. Beautiful. And Gyoja wants to learn to move Fury Swipes. Okay, I'm going to say no to this just because yes, okay. Fury Swipes is automatically better than Scratch if it even hits 3 times. The problem is it's not 100% accurate like Scratch is, and it's also not nearly as reliable, and I like my moves being reliable, so I'm going to say no to Fury Swipes. We'll get better normal type moves a little bit later on. But there we go. This won't do. Time to retreat. This mission is a failure. You leave us no option. We will retreat for now. We shall do so because Team Galactic is benevolent. That is not benevolence, but okay, whatever. You can't just say something out of delusions of grandeur and it's just the truth. Although there's a lot of people in real life could take that advice as well. Anyway, that lot that called themselves Team Galactic. When Pokemon evolve, they seem to release some type of energy. However, I believe that it's a mystic power far beyond our control, but Team Galactic seems to be studying that power's potential. They want to know if it can be used as energy for something. Don, did you know about this? The professor studies the evolution of Pokemon too. According to his research, 90% of all Pokemon are somehow tied to evolution. Maybe that's the reason those goons tried to take the professor's research data. They're not allowed to do that. It's all over. You can relax now. Still, thanks to you two, nothing came of that situation, and I appreciate that. Incidentally, Dawn, kudos to you for your battling skill. It got me thinking, why don't you collect all the gym badges of Sinnoh? Doing so, you will be sure to encounter lots of Pokemon. That, of course, means your Pokedex pages will continuously fill up. In other words, it will be of great help to my research. That said, I've given you your first Pokemon and Pokedex is yours to keep. You're free to do with them as you wish. Take care now. Rowan's such a bro. Honestly, out of all the professors, he might be the biggest bro. Maybe other than... No, he probably is. Oh, that was very good. Nicely done. Truly excellent. I beg your pardon. I'm from Jubilife TV. I'd like you to have something for Let Me See That Smashing Battle. And we have obtained the fashion case. Now, the fashion case is going to contain things like accessories, where we need certain areas to dress up our Pokemon with those accessories. One of them is actually the Jubilife TV station, which up until this point has been blocked by a clown. But now that we have done that battle, we can go inside. Okay, so there's only a few points of interest in here that we're going to take care of before we finally leave Jubilife. The first is this one right here, the Pokemon Lottery Corner. I'm Felicity, your attendant today. If your drawn number matches the ID number of any of your Pokemon, you could win fabulous gifts. Let's take a look. All right, it is 25915, which I don't think matches any of my numbers because I believe I'm 18606. Nope, didn't get a match. Okay, so here's how this works. If one number matches, you get an Ultra Ball. If 2 matches, you get a PP Up. If 3 matches, you get an Experience Share. If 4 matches, you get a Max Revive. And if all of them match perfectly, you get a Master Ball as your prize. So, I mean, the odds of you getting a perfect match are not very high, but if you get a lot of Pokemon from a lot of different trainers, that is the best way to ensure that you can actually, that you're more likely to match. I have never gotten a perfect match in all my years of playing Pokemon, though, so that can be pretty darn rare. Okay, so I want to talk to this guy first. He's going to give us a Chimchar mask. He always gives you the mask of your starter Pokemon, so there's that. And we're going to head on in here. And we're going to talk to this guy. Ooh, your Pokemon are so very charming. How enchanting. They're so charming, I will even hang a picture of one right beside me. I'm only doing this especially for you. Exciting, don't you think? Dress up your Pokemon in my boudoir and make it a sight to behold. I will snap a photo when you're done. All right, let's do this. So this is how we dress up our Pokemon. We have to have a fashion case to do this, but we don't have a lot of accessories to start off with. Okay, there we go. I wasn't sure. I don't know why he asked the question so many times, but whatever. We're going to pick Helena for this, and there's a reason why. Hope you'll dress it up adorably. Every time you dress up your Pokemon, this actually gives them a slight boost to their happiness value, which is important for Helena. See your accessories on the left side of the screen. Touch an accessory, drag it to your Pokemon. You can put on 10 accessories, so you should check for the right ones using the arrow buttons. Change the background with the square button at the center right. Let's begin dressing up. Okay, so we have only 3 pages of them. Well, I guess 4 with the Chimchar mask. But you can see we've got a lot of puffs here. We got some feathers here and mustaches. I think I'm going to avoid those. Let's try to make a little, I'm actually going to make like a little puffy tutu here. Let's go alternate colors here and just kind of put that around Badoo's waist here, like so. Yeah, I think we'll just go with 4. We'll leave the brown one off. That's kind of cute. And then a little feather on each side, like so. It's not much, but it's something. And then you can change your backgrounds in here. We got sky background and wow. Okay, probably not the best for our Badoo. We'll go with the sky. At least, you know, the whole daytime aesthetic actually fits. And there we go. Is your Pokemon all dressed up? Yes, indeed. I would like to save this design, sure. All right, now let's have a look and see what he says. Nice work. Let's just do the photo right away, but it needs to have a title. So he's going to make us choose a name. I am just going to go with something simple and call it Badoo, because what else am I going to call it? If I was given options to put 2 words down, that'd be a little bit of a different story, but I think I'm good with that. You can also manually type it with ABC mode. You're not railroaded into the phrases like you were in Gen 3. I get it now. Your aesthetic shine through. I'll put your photo up right here. It just looks so perfect. And we can have a look at it and see Badoo. So cute. So cute indeed. So yeah, the main reason I wanted to do that was for the little happiness boost for Badoo. It's not a huge one, but it's something nonetheless. But the other thing is after you do that, you can walk outside and get an interview. May I have your comment on the finished photograph? Well, I am going to say, let's go into our feelings here. All right, adore, anger, beauty. We'll go with cuteness because I think that fits Badoo perfectly. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. We'll be featuring this interview in an upcoming TV program. Please do tune in and see how you look on TV. We will do that at some point, but now let's head up to the 3rd floor because there's one more thing I want to do. If I remember which person we're supposed to talk to. Is it you? Hey there, how's it going? I'm a TV producer here. You're watching TV, so let me ask you, will you tell me your opinion on TV? Okay, so there's 2 phrases here. First things first. Can I look up? Can we go status? No. Where is it? I gotta find it. This is going to be a tough one to actually track down. You can just manually type this one in too. But I know they're in here somewhere. It's not in greetings. People, maybe? Everyone? Yep, that's the one. And then the other is going to be under feelings, which is happy. And then we'll say confirm. Yes. Okay, that's interesting. Moving right along, what feedback can you give me about TV? For this one, we're going to say something weird here. We're going to go all the way down on Union, and we're going to say Wi-Fi. And then I think the other one was in Union too. It is connection. Confirm. Oh, the fact that you know that phrase tells me you're someone in the know. You're a trainer, right? I'll pull some strings for you. Think I could swing a deal so you can receive a mystery gift. Make sure you keep your channel tuned to Jubilife TV. So yes, we can actually receive mystery gifts now. Of course, this isn't really going to help us because the Wi-Fi connection is not active, but that is something that you needed to do to be able to actually do that. Really weird that they would hide it behind something so esoteric, but whatever. Now, if you take a look at the TV, Sinnoh, now, this is it. The one you've all been waiting for. It's time for Sinnoh Now, your portal to what's hip and happening in Sinnoh. Here's the first story on the cutting edge of Sinnoh trends. This is Helena bringing you on the spot the weather, a cutie link front, something about a blizzard, something, okay, extreme conditions, dress, extra warm, and don't fall asleep. It's the weather. Okay, so nothing from us yet. I'm sure we'll get the TV broadcast a little bit later. For now, let's head on out, and we're going to finally go off towards Route 204. And, oh man, it's afternoon, which I think Badoo can still evolve at this time of day, but I'm not 100% on that, because she does only evolve during the day. I don't think we've quite hit evening time just yet. A little nervous that we actually are going to. But set up here, this new area we're about to go into is called the Ravage Path. You can go through here really quickly by just going right through to the right. So let's grab ourselves that potion really quickly. But there's also another item we can get over here. We can't explore the Ravage Path in its entirety because we do not have surf just yet, but we can get one item right here, and that is TM39 Rock Tomb. Now, this is a really good move. Base power is 60, accuracy 80, which is the worst part about it, but every time it hits, it lowers the speed of the Pokemon hit by it. So lowering their speed and doing damage, pretty nice combination. Can you guess who I'm going to teach this to? That's right, I'm going to teach it to Gyoja. So let's go into our TMs and give that to him really, really quickly. We are going to get rid of Leer for this one because there is no point in having that anymore. And now we have a nice coverage of normal, rock, fire, and fighting across our starters. So that's awesome. And I'm going to keep Gyoja in front because we're about to be running into a lot of like grass types and things of that nature. So it's just going to be more useful to have him out in front. My person, you need to be drawn by the scent of flowers. Yeah, especially with an Aroma Lady. They tend to be grass-type specialists, so it kind of makes sense. But I do want to use Helena more because I want to get her to evolve here really soon. We'll get to a point where that's going to be easy to do, don't you worry. In fact, I also think we're about to get into a double battle here in a second, which will help even more. Let's use an Ember there. Perfect. And what is your other Pokemon? Or is that the only one you had? I actually wasn't paying attention. You also have a Cherubi. Okay, let's keep Gyoja out in front then. We'll just use another Ember on this little guy. Little girl. Sorry. Should have known, because usually the gender of the Pokemon that you're up against almost always conforms with the gender of the trainer. Not in every case. There have been special cases, but for the most part, that's what they do. It's okay. We don't have the sexism Pokemon rules of base stats that were available in Gen 2. Does anyone remember that? Where, like, you literally couldn't have certain high attack IVs. Like, okay, so the way it worked, I believe, was male Pokemon always had higher offensive IVs, and female characters always had higher Pokemon had always had higher defensive IVs, which is really weird, but whatever. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. They got rid of that by Gen 3, so I don't know what they were thinking with that one. It was very silly, but whatever. Maybe they thought it added nuance to the whole breeding system, but it also just didn't make sense once IV breeding became a thing. So I don't know. I don't know what was going on with that, but let's take out that Wurmple. And then we got a Kricketot, which is probably like, what, one level away? That thing should be evolved by now. That should be a Kricketune. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Bide your time. You and I both know you're going to die from the fire. There we go. That should be level 17 for Gyoja right there. Beautiful. Awesome. All right. And now we have a double battle ahead, so this will be a great time to get Helena some more experience. Awesome. We can one-shot this trainer, can't we, Liz? We're the strongest in our class. I swear, like, the names of these two twins has been used in, like, almost, yeah, Liv and Liz. I swear that there was two trainers named that in Gen 3 also. But they're going to be running with some Pachirisu, which, I love Pachirisu. It's such a cutie. And you will never get me to say that this is a bad Pokemon, because obviously it isn't. It's a very good Pokemon. It's just that it's kind of hard to incorporate outside of a competitive setting because it's not, like, super strong. It's just kind of sort of strong. You know what I mean? Now, we're going to focus on one. This is always the strat in a double battle for me, is focus on one particular Pokemon and try to knock it out as quickly as you can so that you can then team up on the other Pokemon. That's how I always do it anyway. There we go. That shouldn't be enough to knock out Pachirisu, but it's going to get close. Let's now add a Mach Punch for the stab damage, and then, because I don't think Pachirisu has static on it. At least I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Ooh, and a crit. I will take that. Thank you, thank you. Elena gets some more experience, level 15. Awesome. Okay. What's your plan, Pachirisu? Okay, just quick attack. Well, fine. Good thing we won the priority battle there. But now we can gang up on this thing, and Helena can keep using Mega Drain to stay topped off here. I just can't believe how well she's holding her own. It's honestly insane to me. And there's another one. That's a lot of Mach Punches, man. Definitely going to be healing as soon as we get to the next town, which should be right after this fight. I love how they only attacked her, both of them. It's like, come on. Seriously? Was that your only plan? All right, well, whatever. She happens to have pretty good defenses, so... Here we go. All right, so that pretty much clears up this route. There might be... Yep, there's an item back here for us to grab. We got TM09 Bullet Seed. Not something I'm going to be teaching to Badoo, because that is treated as a physical attack. It's also not a very good one at that. It only does 10 per hit. So unless you get like basically the full amount, 5 hits, which is really rare, it's just not worth using. It's weaker than a Fury Swipes, for instance, but it is more accurate. Not a big fan of that move, never have been. It's only good in theory. It's not good in execution. But there we go. Okay, so I want to touch upon one thing really quickly. Looker mentioned something about a pal pad at the very end of the last episode. If you go down here, you can actually get one. And as soon as you do, you'll hear right this way. Head on over. Hello, I'm glad to meet you. My name is Tila, and I'm your guide to the Pokemon Wi-Fi Club. First, I need to give you this. All right, there is the pal pad. The pal pad is where you are supposed to put in the friend codes of your friends. You're going to have your own friend code in there, and then you can register your own friends in there if you ever want to sync up with them over Wi-Fi. Otherwise, you need to do so over a local connection. Again, Wi-Fi services are no longer a thing, so we're not going to worry about that, but I did want to grab that pal pad before we went any further. But welcome to Floaroma Town, everybody. There is not a gym in this town. There is instead more of an emphasis on flowers and berries and planting and things like that. Got a Pokemon Center as well as a Pokemart, but that's pretty much it. We'll talk about this town a little bit more in the next episode, though, because that is going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.